What's up everyone, welcome back, Marco here. Let's talk about writing your own melodies on guitar. One of the awesome things about fingerpicking guitar or fingerstyle guitar is the fact that we can combine bass note or chords with a melody. And so a lot of guitar players start fingerpicking guitar because they want to play melodies, okay? One thing about writing your own melodies, composing or songwriting, is not something that you wake up one day and you just do it. There is a system that I'm going to show you today, which is very simple. It's, let's say, the basic level of writing your own melodies. Then you can obviously add more and more layers, more rhythm, more notes, and it's obviously going to be much more difficult, but we have to have the basic system in place in order to get started, okay? So we're really gonna take it step by step, guys, and I wanna show you what I usually use, the system that I use to really create the stuff that I usually write, okay? We're gonna have a close-up. Make sure that you check my Patreon page if you wanna access the tab, and subscribe to the channel if you wanna keep up with all the upcoming lessons. Now, let's get started. Alright guys, now first thing is that the chord progression that we are using is E minor and D major. So it's a very simple chord progression, which is going to allow us to really just play the bass note as a open string. So the root note for the note E, the E chord, will be the 6th string open, and then the D major chord will be the D string open. And this is a very simple approach. It's probably the easiest way to really get started so that you can play the melody with the bass note that is an open string without having to fret the bass note. Now, the mistake that a lot of people do at the beginning is that they learn the chord, they learn the scale, and they try to come up with something. Okay? Now, the problem with that is that you kind of have to search for the notes. You don't know which note is good or bad, you just keep trying, okay? But I'm going to show you a system that actually will help you playing the right notes, the correct notes around the chord, okay? So let's have a close-up. Now guys, the very first step is to write a melody on one string only, okay? And we have to learn the note of the chord on one string, okay? What that means is when I play the E minor chord, I have to know the 3 notes, okay, of the E minor chord. E, G, and B. Root note, minor third, and 5th, okay? So I have E, G, B, and E. These are my reference note for when I play on the E minor chord. So the E open string is the root note, the fret number 3 is the minor third, the fret 7 is the 5th, and I go back to the fret 12 to play the root note again, okay? Alright, that's really important, because every time I start the melody or I finish the melody, I want to end around those 3 notes, okay? If I start the melody and I play, this is the note C, okay? It's a note that is outside the E minor chord. It doesn't really sound good. Now this note is part of the E minor scale, so you will have it in the E minor scale, but it doesn't sound awesome with the E minor chord. And so by learning the notes of the chord, you know exactly where to start and where to finish. Now the second chord is D major, and we have to do the same thing. Now the D major will have 3 notes as well. The note D, which is the root note, the tonic, the F sharp, which is the major third, and the A, which is the 5th. Now we're going to learn that on one string. So on the E string you have the F sharp, so the D will start here with the F sharp, the major third on the fret number 2, and then the fret number 5, which is the A, the 5th, and then the fret number 10, which is the root note, okay? And I can also play the fret 14 if I want to play the major third again. So when I play the D major, the note of the D major chord are on fret 2, 5, 10, 14. So I have E minor, that's the first exercise. major. Very simple. You want to memorize the notes, okay? You could use colors, you could use anything you want, okay? But just memorize the notes of each chord on the E string. Now I'm gonna leave you practicing this thing for a few minutes and then come back when you feel ready. Alright guys, the second step is to basically create a melody using the note of the chord only, okay? So I don't want to use the minor scale yet, I just want to use the note of the chord, and this is a great exercise to memorize the notes. Now when I play the E minor chord, I'm gonna play, for example, fret number 7, D major, fret number 5, E minor, fret number 3, D major, fret number 2, 10, and fret 12 for the E minor, okay? So I'm gonna play it. So what I'm playing here is just like fret 7, which is the note B, okay, which is the 5th of the chord, the 5th of E minor, the note A, 5th of the D major, the minor 3rd of E minor, the major 3rd of D, the root note of D, and the root note of E minor. And guys, I'm only using the note of the chord. Now I can obviously develop a little bit. I can play something like this. Okay, so what I was doing here, just playing the E minor chord, and I was playing 12, 7, 12, which is E, B, E, and then I was playing the D major, 10, 5, 10, which is root note, 5th root note, and then back to the E minor, okay, which is the fret 7, 3, 7, B, G, B, and then the D major. Just 5, 2, 5, and I finish with the fret 7, okay? So I'm always moving around the notes of each chord. It doesn't have to be difficult, it's very simple, okay? But it's just a way to get started. Now the next step is we learn the minor scale. Let's check it out. Now the E minor scale on one string is this one. You got the note E, and then the fret number 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, okay? I can start playing stuff. So the E minor, for example, I'm gonna start with this idea. E, F, G, A, B. So my very first idea in E minor, I'm playing it using the scale, but I land on the note B, which is the 5th of E minor. So I play 0, 2, 3, 5, 7. So it makes sense. Now when I play the D, I'm playing this idea. So I'm going to start with the fret 5, which is the note A. So I play the A, 5, and then 7, 7, 5, 3, and I finish with the fret number 2, which is another note that is part of the D. So, and the E minor again. Now here I'm playing 3, 2, 3. Again, I'm going to finish the melodic idea on the G, which is the note, one of the notes of the E minor, and then the D major. So I'm gonna change position and I'm gonna jump all the way to the fret number 10 to play the root note of D, and then fret, which is fret 10, and then 12, 14, 12, and back to the fret number 10, which again is the root note. So, and I finish with the E minor chord on fret 12. Alright guys, this is another example of playing a pattern around the note of the chord, okay? So, so what I'm playing here is literally this, okay? So the idea is to play the B note, which is part of the E, and then play notes around it. So I'm playing 7, 8, 7, 5, 7. Now when I play the D, the first note will be the A, which is the fifth of the D chord. And then I develop the same melody, so I have 5, 7, 5, 3, 5. Now I'm gonna play the E minor again. And I start with the note G, the 3rd fret, 3, 5, 3, 2, 5. And when I play the D, I have 2, 3, 2, open, 2. And then the B string, fret number 3 and fret number 5, okay, if you adding also the B string. Okay. That's a really awesome idea because you can use it starting on each note. For example, if I start with the 12th fret, so 12, 14, 12, 10, 12, and then the D, so I have 10, 12, 10, 8, 10. And then I go back to the same pattern. So as you can see, you can basically play patterns around the notes of the chord to develop. Now with this idea, we're gonna play more notes in a symmetrical pattern. So that's the E minor, okay? And I'm playing open 3, 2, 5, 3, 7, 5, 8, 7, okay? So open 3, 2, 5, 3, 7, 3, 8, 7, 12, 7. So I finish with the B. And then the D major. And the E minor again. So the D major is just playing a very simple pattern here. It's 4 notes. And I'm gonna start with the fret number 5, again, same note of the chord here, the D. And I have 5, 2, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. And then 10, 7, 8, 10. And I finish with the E on the E string fret number 12. Okay, so alright, so you really want to take it step by step, and let me know if you like the lesson, guys. I'll see you on the next video.